Hello, my name is V-Sin, and this is a snapshot of Hyperdevotion Noire Goddess Blackheart. Now this game came out on February the 24th, 2015 for the PlayStation Vita in North America. It's it's a spin-off of the Hyperdimension Neptunia series in terms of it changes the focus to the character Noire, as well as it's an SRPG instead of an RPG. Strategy RPG, turn-based strategy RPG. And one of the things that I noticed a little while after I figured out this game existed is like, oh, it's made by Sting. I really like those guys. Go look them up if you feel like it. I've played all of the Western release Sting games, I'm just saying. So I was really interested in this game when it came out, and I have a lot of weird stuff to think about. And what I want to talk about are these menus, and I am actually going to talk about these for longer than I normally do, because I really care about them. So first thing, separate audio sliders. What I will say though is that the background music volume is by default set to 70. Turn it down. You have to turn it down. And the reason why is because the background music massively overpowers the voice acting in both English and Japanese in this game. You also have that toggle option. There's no spaghetti code here. You just English, Japanese, good to go. These battle options, this is where I rant and gush like a fanboy, okay? I just like having all these options available. So auto-deploy, very handy for the grinding portion of the game. This is one of the SRPGs where you do get to grind. Having auto-deploy saves you a fuck ton of time, or if you're playing on easy and don't want to deal with all the menus and shit. And you have a sorting method available there so that you aren't forced into one method. Great. Camera rotation, to me this is the difference between people who play, say, Final Fantasy Tactics and Fire Emblem, for example. Why do I say that? 1/4 camera rotation is essentially, it locks the camera into 90-degree turns. Basically, if you stare at a chessboard head-on, and then keep turning that 90 degrees, that is what 1/4 camera rotation is. 1/8 camera rotation is, again, take that chessboard, rotate it 45 degrees repeatedly. That's sort of like, I call it a diagonal angle. A lot of people prefer that in terms of people who have played Final Fantasy Tactics, Disgaea, Rainbow Moon maybe. Personally, I absolutely despise that camera angle, but hey, if you like it, you like it. I like what I like. You also have the option to turn off or turn on the display grid. Handy in some parts because some parts of the terrain look like they should be passable, but they're not. So if you just care about gameplay, do that. If you care about making things look pretty, turn it off. See challenge display, character challenge. Basically, it's a whole bunch of different sub-objectives for each character. It's a separate progression system other than leveling. Complete them, do stuff. I'll explain it more when I get into the game. This section is the part which I absolutely love, and a lot of people would say, why the fuck do you care so much about this? But here we go. Skip effects. Please, for the love of God, every single SRPG needs this, because I know you care about your animations, but I don't want to watch them 100 times, because that makes their game really fucking long for no reason. Double speed, I'm actually not sure why that exists when skip effects still exist, because if you want to see the effect, you probably want to see the whole effect, not half of it, or whatever. Quick move. Again, every single SRPG, please have this. I don't want to spend 10 years watching stuff move, especially on the enemy turn. Skip Lily Boost, I'm turning this off for the purposes of this video. I prefer to turn it on. I prefer to skip them. It's essentially little kissing animations showing how many people are in on the... display max HP, display max SP. Those are mostly just if you want to have the extra information on your screen. Personally, I prefer to have it to avoid overhealing, but whatever. Let's load in here. I've been at this for 10.5 hours. Here we go. And I'll try to skip as many of these menus as possible. So the first one I want to get to is in library. Character challenge. So I just talked about it. Character challenge is the separate progression system. What you have are all these different things. Like Yawnathon, it's like clear a mission without taking damage, for example. Or... switch characters, and you can switch characters in and out of battle as well if you're not stuck with the current roster or whatever. Use items, kill stuff, the usual spiel. And in particular, there's also gain XP while not being deployed. That's actually one of the nice things as well, especially for the story mode, is that all your sub-characters will gain XP even if you don't have them kill stuff, which is convenient. And even though the grinding option exists, it's nice to have that there. Just saying. Lily ranks, it's sort of a relationship system-ish. I'm not even sure if it actually does much. It could do something, because I've noticed that I've had scenes with Resta and Ein Al in this game before, like, and because those two are the sub-characters with the highest Lily ranks with Noire, as you can see here. And I've noticed that it's like intervals of 20 or something. I'm not 100% sure, but it does affect that. I believe it does also affect the true ending. There's also a platinum for getting Lily rank 100 on everybody. Really fucking tedious. You gain 1 rank every single time you use a skill adjacent to them. I will have to explain that in-game as well in more detail. The rest of these, you don't really have to talk about them too much. Equipment is equipment. Shop and item dev, I'm going to mostly skip, wash over them. Item dev, I'm just going to point out a couple things. This is where you craft items. Yes, obviously. One of the other things, though, is that you only have to craft them once for certain ones. You can see the shopping cart, little shopping cart icon. That means that after you craft it once, you can just buy unlimited from the shop. The shopping cart with a tick means I've already crafted it. For weapons, though, the difference here is that the main 4 characters can have these weapons available in the shop. However, all the sub-characters, craftable only weapon upgrades. Maybe there's some like quest or treasure chest somewhere later down the line that might have more weapons, but the craftable ones are not available in the shop. You have to craft them. Not only that, but all of the crafting materials are well, not all of them, but about half of the crafting materials for any given weapon are only available during side missions. Only. You cannot get them in the main scenario. You are forced to go to the side missions to get them. Otherwise, accessories, other crafting materials, whatnot. Skip all that. CPO Hotel, I'm going to talk about a couple things here. This is where you would get the character events. Like, you can talk to them and do shit. Also, you do have the option to use the pad, cursor, or the front touch for this. Video is video, music is music. Album, though, I want to talk about real quick. These in particular, like, you do have these images and stuff like that. Like, yay, map, rooms, different cutscene images and whatnot. And then other story events. Go back here. These are the character events. Basically, after you beat their mission, you get a little event with a character and the bonding with Noire and a whole bunch of other shit. You can see, obviously, the bikini, the bunny suit, you know, groping Noire twice. But whatever. The other thing, though, is that they do stuff like the franchise crossovers. In this case, you may recognize this from Final Fantasy XIII Lightning Returns. That's the outfit. You know, Ein's supposed to represent the Final Fantasy series. And all the different characters, all the different side characters in Hyperdevotion Noire are dedicated to franchises as opposed to other Hyperdimension games where it's dedicated to game companies. This is franchise-focused. Whatever. So let's get out of here. And Bacela Calm. Disc Dev, it's basically you gather different parts, put them into other gatherable... how should I say it? Basically, it's like trinkets. You get a blank trinket, you put gems in it, or in this case, CPU slots. You can only fit certain ones in a certain trinket, and then it's your customized accessory. Big whoop, if you've played any Hyperdimension game before, you know exactly what this is. Let's go into the Bacela Calm for a second. Skip that real quick. And I got some extra items. In this case, this is one of the discs as well as a plan, AM and Noire. Whatever, I'll deal with that later. Okay, so this is Sim Noire. Like one of the basically all the different pieces of furniture will say things for some reason because she has talking furniture. Don't ask why. Okay, so redeem sim points is basically you gain sim points by buying items from the shop. Eventually gain enough points, you can upgrade the furniture in a room. After a certain point, then you can upgrade the room itself. And different sim point costs, whatever. The other thing, though, and the reason why it's called Sim Noire is this is basically a dating sim. What you get are these requests to her, the CPU, leader of last station. And what you do is you answer these requests. So here you go. This is the request. How strong is the spider venom? Our CPU is immune to poison. How about getting me some poison? Whatever. I'll handle another request. And then you get these 3 options like, okay, what decision should we make? in this case, any of these 3 could be correct. Pass is also occasionally a correct answer for some of these requests. Just saying. In this case, the correct answer is sold. Scold the kid. Yay, we should do this. Yeah, we should do that. Blah da 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 da. Blah da da. Yay. And if you get it right, you get a little confirmation sound, and you go through all them one by one. What was that all about, though? What's the whole point of this? Let's get back out of here again. Fuck you, Lois said. You keep covering up the Bacela Calm. Okay, you can see there, Bacela Calm exclamation mark event. Okay. You can see the event here, too. What that did is that by getting it right, I unlocked an event. I'm going to slightly speed through it because it actually takes a while to get through automatically. So if you're having trouble reading it, just pause the video if you have to. And this is basically just a little event between the secretary, your self-insert character, and Noire, the titular main character of the show. Game. And then turn off auto again. And then you can get some stuff from it afterwards as well. So that, again, this is why I call it a dating sim. I think there's probably some ending involved with this as well, but whatever. I will say that the self-insert character actually pisses off a lot of people, but you are who you are. If you like it, you like it. You don't like it, you don't like it. Whatever. Alright, enough of that. Let's get into some missions. Now, I actually did several takes with simulation missions, and it turned out it took for fucking ever to finish the video. So, what I'm still going to do is I'm going to stick to the side missions. So, that one right at the top, that is the story mission. The rest of these are all side missions, and you have all these different things. I've only completed so many of them because I really haven't done too many. I can probably cheese that one right now. Let's see. Let's just run into this. I've never done it, but whatever. So this is here. In this case, it's you kill shit. Sighted monsters in the mines. Okay, that should be okay. Except this mission. Let's go into a mission. Mostly just there so that it's not too complicated. Like beat up enemies, basically. Yay. I'll just wait for it to load. Alright. So those were the victory conditions. By the way, camera controls, thankfully you can do it from here. Right stick zooms in and out. Left stick just swings the camera around wildly. L and R turn the camera in terms of the 1/4 or 1/8 rotation, depending on what you set it for. So you pick 5 characters. You just pick the number of units that is for this mission. In this case, it's 5. Every unit also has a leader effect. Leader effect grants bonuses to everybody. Blah, da, 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 da. Did I do Levi? No, I don't feel like it. Maru? Nah. Let's do Vert again. I just quickly pick my units. Why the fuck not? You can also change their equipment and where they're positioned and details of the units and whatnot. Let's just make sure that didn't go in over my head. 37, 4, 5. Okay. Shouldn't take too long. And let's just start. Talk about a few different mechanics here. And one of the first ones I'm actually going to get to is movement. Okay, so you can see, okay, her. It's like, oh, I move here. Right? Now let's change the unit orientation to the right. Notice how the arrow actually changes. You can see how the arrow changes. In this case, because the unit orientation is in this direction, you will always make this move first, then make the turn. And you can only make one turn. At least unless there's something in the way, in which case it'll automatically go around it. But if it's just open area like this, again, you will do this. This actually matters a lot, because quite a few missions have trap tiles that don't obstruct movement. You can walk over them. And this system of forcing you into right turns makes a huge difference on those levels. I just find it really interesting. It massively restricts movement in a lot of different levels. Well, anyways, there's also height bonuses. In this case, you can see there's this sort of height 1, height +1, +2, whatever. This in particular will provide a modifier to damage, attacking from high point, deal more damage, whatever. Next mechanic. So skill. I'm just going to use support. Now what you notice on here is the SP cost. You can see here SP costs 60 to 42. What the hell is that? This is the Lily boost system. What happens is that if units are adjacent to each other, they will increase the potency of the skill, at least if it's an attack skill or a healing skill, and it will also decrease the SP cost. What you want to do is you always want to, whenever possible, have characters next to each other. So, in this case, in this case, you get the short little animation of them kissing for some reason. And then, there's a short little animation and like, yay, buffs. And after this, I'm just going to move. And let's just do it again with her. Let's get this is a 3-way, so it's a stronger boost. And skip the animation because the boost animations are really boring. Alright, let's start fighting stuff now. So let's move her over here. Blanc can't really do anything. Let's just dump her somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Do I want the adjacency? Do I want to move her near something? Yeah, I just stick to the adjacency, I guess. I just dump her here, and then take Noire, put her right here. She's attacking uphill, but it doesn't matter. Okay, maybe it does matter. Oh, that's... shit, it's the elemental. Okay, change it to this. We'll do no damage. Again, these are really simplified animations. I think maybe I'll have to show you Neptune's cross combo. It's one of the more iconic things from Hyperdimension Neptunia, but anyways. Let the enemy phase start. It will attack me and with the various different skills and whatnot. There are counters for basic attacks, but there are no counters for skills. I'm not sure why they picked that particular system, but whatever. I'll just skip past their turn real fast. They deal these tons of damages. Whatever's. Okay. These are all fire type, aren't they? Fuck. Okay, you know what? Let's just do a cross combo. I'll just show you the animations. Like, the animations aren't actually bad. I've just found that they look like cheap versions of the Hyperdimension Neptunia ones. Like, I don't know. I think I don't know. Again, it's not like they look bad. It's just I don't know. I don't really want to criticize it or anything, but it's just whatever.
Over here?
Wait.
Here I come.
Still hit. Real quick. She's still... Yes, she's still ice. Okay. Sweet. So I just do this. AoE attack. Huzzah.
Let the god of destruction's insolent crimson edge appear. Bloody assault. Stronger, sharper, ever more brilliant.
I don't know. I mean, I found that the Japanese and English voice acting is roughly equivalent here, so I don't know. If you don't like it, too bad.
Over here.
Show off one more skill animation. Whatever.
See you in the afterlife.
Okay. And let's just get around to finishing the mission. Also, you can activate HDD, which in particular gives CPUs flying, but whatever. HDD, yay.
Witness a CPU.
It's only the 4 CPU characters, and it only lasts for 3 turns unless it's a special mission.
Now come at me. Over here.
Let's just get Neptune to hit the chest. These brown chests, you just hit them and they will open up and give you stuff. This. I don't really need the buff right now. I just want to do it to generate more SP so I can do a SP skill. So let's do this. And blah blah blah. Blah dee, blah dee, blah dee.
Let's go.
I think I actually have the wrong elemental gem. Elemental gems are actually a piece of equipment, and they determine your elemental affinity for the character, which is actually different from a lot of other games where the affinity would be locked to the character specifically, but whatever. Let's get her to fly. Oh shit, she actually can't fly over this. Never mind then. Well, I'm an idiot. Neptune just run her over. Yay, Neptune being random.
I hear my name on the brink, you'll never escape.
Get the other chest.
An artifact.
Let's do this.
Go.
Oh, this does no damage. Never mind then.
Let's go. Here I come.
End phase. Deals tons of damage. Actually, she might die from this. Oh well. Oh fuck. Okay, she dodged. Never mind then. It's all good. HDD almost wears off, but that's okay.
I'll crush you.
And similar to skills, SP moves actually do get their cost reduced if you do adjacency. Oh yay, tons more damage. You should again recognize this from Hyperdimension Neptunia.
I'll smash everything in this world. This is the end. See you in hell.
I don't know. I mean, I get the SD thing because, especially for camera angles, you need to have enough visual information from every angle, and like if they were human proportioned, it wouldn't really look good from certain angles. So I get why they do SD. A lot of these Japanese SRPGs prefer SD as well, so there's that going for it.
Over here.
Oh, there's also this thing. What the hell is their throw stat? See, toss 3, toss 4. Okay, let's use Noire then. So you see that box on the ground? You can also lift certain items. In some cases, this is used for terrain traversing, like in Disgaea. Other times, you can just chuck it at people and bam. Tons of damage. Okay, not really, but still.
I hear my name on the breeze.
Some Bahamut's not going to work. Ah, screw it. Generate more SP.
A move.
Also, all of these animations is exactly why I normally disable the animations. But hey, for the sake of the video, let's do it.
Character would level up when I do.
Okay. Enemy phase. He's probably just gonna shit on everyone. Don't really care. Okay. Hi, Thunder. Can move there, I think. Okay, so put it here.
One small step for Nep.
Oops, wrong one. Neptune break. Here we go.
I'll break the end.
I could have picked a more complicated mission, and after this, I'm just going to show you around some of the level designs without actually going into them, you know. Because I just want to show you around the place, basically. Anyways, this should end the mission. Hey, level up, do tons of damage, whatever. Well, after you clear the stage, your MVP is whoever defeats the most units in this case, I believe. So she defeated the most units by AoEing everything. MVP, I believe, gets bonus XP, if I'm not mistaken. XP listed there also grants XP to everybody in your party. As in everybody, not just the ones you deployed. And you also get your bonus items from the mission. In this case, Blossom wasn't in this party, so she gets the XP. It wasn't much XP, but whatever. And that really is most of the game. Again, I picked a simpler mission just to take less time. Let's go back into the mission HQ. I want to show you around the simulations in particular. Which one do I really want to show you? Infiltrate the fort. I want to show you the stage 2, but I can't because it's in 2 stages, and I have to get through the first one, and that takes like 30 minutes for me. Team Neptune, Blossom, Ryuka. Ryuka? It's a Blossom. I think it was Ryuka. I'm not here to show you how to play through the level, because that would take too long. It would take me another 30 minutes. So, okay, this is the one I'm talking about. I'm just going to deploy everyone and then quit immediately. Okay. Don't really care. Just deploy everybody. Sure, why not? Begin battle. Okay. Now this is why I gush about the game's level design. Okay, because there are 2 types of trap here. There are laser traps, these blue tiles, and there are these fire traps. Now a couple things here. There are these laser cannons all the way back here. You can break them and you can disable the traps. So let's see here. I'm going to move Neptune onto one of the traps. Bam. Oh noes! Laser beam. It takes damage. Normally you should take more damage if this was level appropriate. Now again, you can see with the movement command how I can only move in right angles, right? On other games, you would be able to, from this position, move up too. But you can see, again, the movement does that weird shit. And it's one of the things you can do. However, because there's someone now on this tile, I can just run past the trap with no big deal. Okay, again, and I'm not really going to actually play through this level because it would take too long. You can see here, like, okay, what you end up having to do is either A, go through this dumbass diagonal here, which is the longest possible way and drives you through here, or you can do a right angle turn here, 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 and then like maybe put someone on the trap here so you can just go here. Like there's some interesting stuff here. There's a lot of interesting stuff in the level design. There really is. And other levels, I really like a lot of these levels where they really make use of the terrain. Now granted, like a Disgaea fan is gonna walk out and say, "Hey, dude, what about Disgaea? You know how they have the different colored areas and the terrain and the throwing each other." It's like, yes, but it's nice to have it here too, and it's like it's a combination because you do have throwing and block stacking in this game as well, similar to how Disgaea does it. There's another mission where you have to go up and down terrain, and you have to put the right pieces of terrain so you can hit the where the hell is it? I'm just gonna show it to you. Get full moon grass. Okay. This mission again, it's another terrain-based mission. It's not everything is just kill, kill, kill. There's also like get to certain points and get certain attacks off. So wait for this to load again. Come on, load, please. There we go. Again, deploy haphazardly because I don't really care. There we go. Everyone loads in. As you can see here, for example, that she can't normally get up here. Although Leafy can. which is one of the reasons why she's awesome for this level. Like, you see, you have these boxes, and you're supposed to run over here. It's like, hey, there's a box here. Hey, there's a box here, and I'm going to lift the box. I'm gonna toss the box. And then now everyone else can get over the box. Yay, boxes. And there's stuff like this plant up here where you would have to get one of these shallow boxes onto this point. Then I normally use leaf 5, that you can climb up here and hit this plant. Then over here, there's stuff like people, like your other units falling down the steep inclines here and here, for example, and you have to get up here somehow, and you have to hit her and take her out, and at the level you do it at, she nukes everyone in the huge area around here, and it's like, level design is great in this game. It is absolutely great. You know, even though the difficulty is low, it is still a treat to go through all these different mechanics, which is why when I get to what I recommend this game, let's boil it down to its components. Fan service. Okay, it's Hyperdevotion, Hyperdimension, whatever you want to call it. Expect the fan service. It is video game fan service, it is mechanical fan service, it is visual fan service, all fan service. This is what the franchise is all about. Don't be surprised by fan service and Hyperdimension, I'm just saying. In terms of the gameplay though, again, it is easy. It is easy. I have currently set it to normal, but like SRPG veterans, playing on hard, they all say it's easy. I've actually screwed around with it for a bit. Yes, I agree, it is easy. Okay? Like, even through, like, I will say on normal difficulty, without much grinding, without any grinding, actually. Really, like, for the submissions, I mostly use the side characters. And I still end up with a massively overleveled Noire by like +5 to everyone else. Because I use her too much, but whatever. Either way, it's just like, games are, like, the missions are easy, as long as you don't do really dumb shit, like send a solo unit into the middle of enemy territory with no buffs or anything. Like, you will be able to get past things, and sure, you might die a little bit, but like, you can eventually say, oh, I screwed up, don't worry, I don't have to restart the mission, I can just brute force my way past it. But even then, I just love the mechanics, I love experiencing them. And really, in terms of the gameplay, I would not call this a challenge. I would not call this a challenge. I would still call it a deep experience. And I would still call it a varied experience. That in particular is something I really appreciate. It really varies up the mission variety. It's not just conquer, 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 conquer. Some of them are you have to get here. Some of them you have to get to particular points on the map and attack. Some of them you have to protect. Some of them are the protect target is on the other side of the map. Go chase after them and before they get themselves killed. Good mission variety, good variety in mission mechanics, good depth to the mission mechanics, good variety in the way you can tackle the missions instead of just funneling everyone down a corridor. Like, I seriously accused Disgaea of doing that quite a bit. And like, really, TLDR, this is a fan service game, and it is, in terms of mechanics, it is like a taster's menu for SRPG mechanics. Don't come here for the difficulty, for the depth. You come here to enjoy yourself, and this is what I can attest to. You can enjoy Hyperdevotion Noire, if you are not an SRPG fan, and you can still enjoy the mechanics as an SRPG fan, even though it's not difficult. My name has been V Sin. Thanks for watching.